Hey, this is Tiffany Mack Fitzgerald from Tiff Talks. If you listened to my radio show tonight, Tiff Talks, you heard the backstory about how this video came to be. The title might be a little bit misleading. Teaching your teen how to eat an elephant. You'll understand that more as the video progresses. But how this video came about, I have a 16-year-old son that I used to call lazy, unmotivated, not self-directed, because we've had some issues with him applying any type of effort to anything that he just feels like he doesn't want to do that's not fun, that's not interesting to him. And I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you've probably had some of the same issues with your team. So this is how this all started. My son had a homework assignment that he was given a week to complete. He never got it done. A week goes by, it's still not turned in. So I told him, you will not sleep. Last Sunday, he had an entire weekend to get it finished. The teacher was gracious enough to allow him to turn it in late. And I told him, you will not go to sleep until that assignment is done. And you will turn it in tomorrow. It's 2 weeks late at this point. So, as all good parents should do, I followed up with the teacher. I sent him an email and said, hey, I'm just checking to make sure that Eric turned in his assignment. This is the email I got back. It is 2 sentences. He did turn it in. Unfortunately, it was 2 weeks late, exclamation point. The exclamation point and the fact that 2 weeks is in all caps indicates to me that the teacher is as frustrated with this child as I am. Because everyone knows how smart he is. He knows how smart he is, which is why he thinks he can wait till the last minute to get everything done. The other problem is a problem I recognized we all have. There's a huge task in front of you. It's not going to be fun. In fact, it may be a little bit challenging. You just don't even know where to start, and so you don't start. And then because you have to get it done, you rush and you cram it all in at the last minute. It's not your best work. You haven't given it your best effort because you did it at the last minute. That's what happens. That's what happens to my son. He said things to me like, I work well under pressure. I expected I was smart enough to get an A on that test, even though I didn't study. So I got tired of taking doors off of hinges, emailing teachers, lecturing him, having the same conversation with him. I'm worn out. He's tired of hearing it. I'm tired of doing it. And then bingo, the light bulb goes on. Because we emulate certain behaviors in front of our children, we assume that they understand those behaviors and that they'll begin to practice them themselves. So, because I have a lot to juggle, I've been a single mother, I have a lot to manage, I have a lot to coordinate and organize, I assume that my children also understand that. That's not necessarily the case. So, what I decided to do was teach my son what I know about managing my time and managing projects. You can teach your child project management at its very basic level. So here are some tools that I picked up. Markers, a monthly plan or annual planner that I picked up from the dollar store, $1. And this one was a little bit more expensive, but not too much. I don't think that you should think anything is expensive if it's going to help your child be successful. So, just a big post-it note, papers that stick to the wall. There's some adhesive on the back, and this is what I'll teach him to do. Goal setting. Bingo. So you got this huge project in front of you. One of the things I like to do is I start from the end. And I work my way backwards so that I know how much time and what task I have to complete to get the whole thing done. So what I also did for my son was print off his grades. We have access to grades and assignments online. And so this also keeps track of what his grade point average is in each class. So he has to know where he is and understand where he needs to do better and set a goal based on that. So I will help him set some goals. And so on the larger sheets of paper, I've kind of scribbled this out for your benefit. This year, I will. And just list the things that you would like to accomplish this year. And you remember the rules for goal setting. So this year, I will. That's what we'll write on there. And we'll stick it on his wall so he can see it every day. And in order to get that done this year, these are the things I have to get done this month. So this month I will. We'll identify the things that he has to do this month. This week I will. What are the things you have to get done this week in order to get these things done this month so that you can get these things done this year? Simple. We'll write those down. We'll stick them on his wall and he can see them every day. And of course, sometimes plans have to change. He'll understand that he can be flexible and sometimes these things will have to shift. But in order to get anything done this week, this is what I got to get done today. And so every single day, he'll write something down in his monthly planner. There you go. It's just that simple. The tools are inexpensive, but the lesson is invaluable. And so the things that I've taken away, I'll now give him back because he needs to learn how to manage the things that he needs to do and the things that he wants to do. He'll be able to do that if I give him the tools and show him how to use the tools. Very simple. And oh, by the way, if you know Tiffany Mack, you know there's going to be some reading involved. Because I feel like there are some things that need to help me shape his behavior and help him with his personal growth and development, I've chosen 7 books that I'd like him to read. You don't have to choose these books. These are the books that I thought would be helpful for him. The Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. So he'll be reading this book and he'll be able to practice his project management with this book. I'll help him decide how many pages of this book do you have to read per day in order to get this book written in the time that you said, or sorry, in order to get this book read in the time that you've said you'll get it read. So this will become one of his goals. This month, I will complete The Miseducation of the Negro. This book has a little more than 200 pages, which means I have to read this many pages per day, and I will schedule those pages. I'll schedule them with my homework. I'll schedule them with my extracurricular activities. I'll schedule them with some of my leisure and recreational activities, and everything will get done because I've made time. I've scheduled time to get it done. So the other part of that, though, I have a friend who helps manage a website, Books for Our Kids, and she said that she has a hard time getting teenagers to write reviews. So what he'll do is he'll read the 7 books that I've assigned him, but he'll also do a review on each book. But he will be responsible for coordinating and managing his communication with my friend to make sure that the reviews are done on time, that he submitted a draft that has been edited, and then he's made revisions and submitted. That's going to be up. I can't do that for him. He's 16. And so that's the other thing we have to learn how to do is just let go. Give them the tools, teach them how to use the tools, and then let go. Let go. We all have elephants. What we do, though, as mothers is we slay the elephant for our children. But as they get older, they must learn how to slay the elephant themselves. So this video was aptly titled, Teach Your Teen How to Eat an Elephant. And one bite at a time is how we do it, and that's how we should be teaching them to do the same. If you have comments, if you have questions, if you have suggestions for the next parenting tip, leave it down here below. There are comments down here below. I will respond to your questions and your comments. And oh, by the way, if you'd like to listen to my radio show, Tiff Talks, it airs every single Wednesday, 9:30 Pacific. You can access the show by going to my website, which is at tiffanymack.com. It's right here. tiffanymack.com. I'd love to have you listen. You can also call the show. I take live questions and comments. The number to the show is 510-251-1274. And again, it airs every Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time at tiffanymack.com. Until next time, stay strong, smart, and powerful.